Well, since everybody's talking about GME right now, things going up in price, down in price, Wall Street and the tomfoolery going on there, no, I'm not going to talk about that. I think there's enough videos online going over that, but it's an absolutely hilarious situation, and Wall Street just got, I guess, a little bit fooled, but whatever the case may be on that, I do want to talk a little bit something interesting, and that is a PlayStation 4 game out of nowhere kind of going up in price. This is something I did not realize until today, and I do want to talk about it, and that is the Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2 Relentless Edition. Now, I talk about Legend of Heroes all the time. It's a franchise that I really dig. Trails of Cold Steel, I think, is fantastic, and this Trails of Cold Steel 2 Relentless Edition was the launch edition of Trails of Cold Steel 2. I think it released at $50. If you just bought the game at launch, or even well after launch, you could get it at $50, maybe even discounted at $40, $35, whatever. Well, you want to get it at that price now? Well, that ain't happening. You gotta spend a lot more money, and we'll take a look at these eBay prices for this game, and maybe something you guys want to look at. I've been really into the collector's edition scene of things going up and down in price, and I find it a little bit fascinating what goes up and what goes down in price, so we'll talk about that. On top of that, we'll also wrap up this video taking a look at some good deals right now. I don't want you guys to be spending too much money on Trails of Cold Steel 2 Relentless Edition, but we'll talk about that. But first of all, Trails of Cold Steel 2 Relentless Edition. Now, this version of the game came with a steelbook, some cards, and I believe a small soundtrack CD. Again, released at $40 to $50, but now you cannot buy it anymore. It is out of print, and yeah, if you want a copy of it, it is going to be expensive. If you want a new copy, that is. If you hop on over to eBay and you just look at completed listings for Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2 Relentless Edition, you're looking at, remember, $40 to $50. It is now selling for, these are the listings, completed listings, mind you, $171, $250, $195, $248, $250, a pre-owned copy for $126, $250, and it goes on and on and on, and it has just absolutely shot up in price. It looks like it had to have happened relatively recently, because what I'm looking at is early January, it was being sold for $65, $47 here, and then out of nowhere recently, these listings have shot up in price. Now, I don't know if this is going to be something that is going to be sustained. Whatever the case may be, if you have a copy of this, looks like you are doing pretty well for yourself, especially for whatever reason if you didn't open it up. Now, I want to point you guys towards something interesting. Now, I don't know if it is going to be exclusive to Trails of Cold Steel 2, but let me let you guys know, Trails of Cold Steel 1 Decisive Edition is still in stock in Amazon. It is $40. You get a steelbook, you get a soundtrack CD. I don't know if it's going to go up in price. If you guys are into this sort of thing, maybe cop it now. It might be worth something. And it is in backorder right now, so we'll see how it turns out. I'm going to be monitoring the market a little bit more as far as this is concerned. While everybody else is looking at GME, and trust me, I'm looking at that too, and I find it absolutely hilarious. I think the Trails of Cold Steel limited edition market is pretty interesting too, and I kind of want to add this and incorporate it into the channel, looking at various limited editions or games in general that are going up in price. Yeah, we look at games on a discount, but the reality is a lot of games go up in price, and even games that you would think that, of course, games from the Super Nintendo era, if you have a sealed copy of Earthbound, yeah, you're absolutely lit and you can sell that and make a lot of money. But a game like Trails of Cold Steel 2, let's find out when this game released on the PlayStation 4. Let's look at that. Obviously 2014 for its initial release, but the PlayStation 4 version came out back in June of 2019, so we're talking a year and a half ago. It's not like this is that old, and again, it's interesting that earlier this month, it was selling for typical prices on eBay, and then out of nowhere just shot up in price. Mind you, Trails of Cold Steel 1 in stock for $40, Trails of Cold Steel 4 in stock for $40 as well. That is the Frontline edition. Look, I'm not promising you guys these are going to go up in price. The limited edition market is sometimes a little bit crazy. Some things will go absolutely sky high in price, and then other things, you spend $80 to $100 on a limited edition, and then it just craters in price. It's just something that's interesting to monitor, and I'm going to add that and incorporate it into this channel. I think it could be fun to look at that from time to time. Not something we'll do all the time, but we'll see how things turn out. Alright, moving on from that, I do want to also note a couple of other things. Yeah, that's super expensive, but there are a couple of good deals available. Watch Dogs Legion is just cratering in price point. It is down to $25. Yes, we all know the Ubisoft meme of their games go on sale really, really quickly. It seems like they release their games, they're like, alright, let's try to sell this game for $60, and then when the wave kind of dies down, they drop in price really, really quickly. I see a lot of you guys are starting to pick up on it. That's why you waited on a sale for a game like this. AC Valhalla and then Immortals Phoenix Rising, and all of those are available for relatively cheap. I think Amazon has a sale on all of them. AC Valhalla being $35, Immortals being $30, and then Watch Dogs Legion at the cheapest at just $25. Kind of crazy how quickly these games drop in price. It should be noted that Watch Dogs Legion, I mean, I haven't played much of it. I played like a tiny bit, but from who I talked to, they weren't super high on the game, so take that for what you will. $25 for the game is super cheap. However, if you do have a gaming PC, you can sign up for the Ubisoft subscription service. It's like $15 a month, and you get access to everything Ubisoft related, and you get like the highest tier edition of the games as well, so that might be something to consider. Otherwise, $25 for this is pretty good. It is the PlayStation 4 Standard Edition. The PlayStation 5 version of the game is also $25. If you buy the PS4 version, you do get a free upgrade if you don't have a PS5 and you plan on getting one down the line. It will be upgraded and ready to go when you do have your PS5. Okay, couple other deals. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered is down to $25. I really love Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. I picked this up back when it came out in 2010, and I really dug the game back then. This isn't like a gargantuan upgrade or anything like that. This seems to be one of those upgrades that they're just like, hey, let's put the game, minor visual upgrades. It's a good game. Probably will sell relatively well. We don't have to invest a lot in making this remastered edition. That's kind of what you got. You got some DLC content in there as well. $25 I think is a pretty decent price. That initial $40 price point I just think is a little bit of a hard sell. Same thing happened with Burnout Paradise Remastered. It's just a hard sell when you are bringing back a game from over 10 years ago, or in this case, a little over 9 years ago, and you're charging $40 for it. Even in that case, you're seeing like game trilogies come out for $40, and when you have a standalone game, only one game for $40, a little bit of a steeper price to pay, but $25 a little bit more palatable. And lastly, I do want to note, Yakuza Like a Dragon is headed to the PlayStation 5, I believe on March 5th, don't quote me on the date, but the PlayStation 4 version is available for $38 and change. Everybody is super high on this one. I haven't played enough of it to give you guys a definitive opinion, but pretty much everybody I've talked to that has played this game is like, yo, this game is incredible. So maybe take their opinion for it. I'm sure it's a great game. Obviously a little bit different in style compared to the Yakuza games of past, but check it out if you are interested. And again, PlayStation 5 upgrade awaiting on that one as well. 38 and change I think is pretty good. That's gonna conclude this video. Again, I found it funny that Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2 just shot up in price for the Relentless Edition. Found that rather interesting. And again, Trails of Cold Steel Decisive Edition, that is available for $40, as is the Frontline Edition over on Amazon, and I believe pretty much every other major retailer. I'll leave links in the description box below. Amazon affiliated, so if you decide to pick anything up, we get a little bit of a kickback, and other great deals available as well. Watch Dogs Legion, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, as well as Yakuza Like a Dragon. That's going to wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.